So we'll start by settling the body, finding a stable, comfortable, upright position serviceable for meditation. So we think about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open, hands in the lap right over left with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. We try to avoid slouching or leaning. We also let go of any unnecessary tension in the body. Relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position. And begin to pull back your awareness, letting go of attending to your environment, constraining your awareness just to the body and mind, concentrating that awareness in the present moment by attending closely to the physical sensation of the air moving into and back out of the tip of the nostrils. Noticing quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind, and without judgment or frustration, lifting your awareness up from that distraction and placing it gently but firmly again and again on the breath. And then when the mind feels more calm, generate a broad and altruistic motivation for your time. Wanting to establish and stabilize beneficial ways of thinking and acting, ways that allow oneself to remain connected to a sense of peace and ease and contentment, ways that naturally, spontaneously motivate actions that help others. Wanting to reduce and ultimately eliminate ways of thinking and acting that are painful for oneself, agitate and disturb the mind, and that often give rise to actions that cause harm to others. Wanting to engage in this process of genuine inner transformation in order to be of greatest benefit to sentient beings. Then with that motivation, we will contemplate drawing close to the enlightened energy, the enlightened activity of compassion as embodied in the enlightened form of Avalokiteshvara in Sanskrit or Chenrezig in Tibetan, the Buddha of compassion. So we begin imagining that we are situated in a vast open space, and that all of that space is filled with sentient beings around us and extending beyond the horizon in all directions. Your parents in this life and other family members are immediately around you, your friends behind. And those that you have a difficult relationship with are in front. And then those you don't know extending out in all directions. And bring to mind difficulties that you're aware of, that those that you're close to are experiencing or do experience with some frequency. making several specific examples. Try to allow those examples to soften and open your heart to what they are going through. Thinking that there's no difference between times when you yourself experience these painful obstacles, how strongly motivated you yourself are to overcome them. Think how wonderful it would be if your loved ones were completely free of suffering and its causes. And think of a couple of people that you have a strained or difficult relationship with. If you're aware of any specific obstacles that they face, you can bring them to mind. Otherwise, recognize that like all people, they often face sufferings of illness, feelings of isolation, dissatisfaction, anxiety. And recognize that when those difficult states arise, they are just as deeply motivated to completely eliminate them as oneself. Wishing only to be completely separated from all painful inner and or outer conditions. by focusing intentionally on these aspects of these people rather than the aspects that we find challenging, we're able to shift our reaction. Seeing them as objects of compassion. So if the mind slips back into bringing up what seem like faults, just reframe and shift back to concentrating on how again and again they meet with difficulty, and how when that arises they find it just as unbearable as oneself. And then focus on the countless sentient beings that we don't have a relationship with. The difficulties faced by humans and animals. And to whatever extent you understand the sufferings in the other realms, the upper realms and lower realms. Thinking that there are no ordinary sentient beings that don't meet with suffering again and again. Then recognize that these painful states are changeable mental experiences. They come together due to causes and conditions, the arising of afflicted states, empowered by fundamental ignorance. And that by cultivating the appropriate antidotes, ultimately wisdom, realizing the nature of reality, they can be completely overcome. And generate a strong wish to accomplish that oneself in order to lead all sentient beings to accomplishing that same goal. And now visualize above the crown of one's head, about the size of the palm of one's hand, is Avalokiteshvara, the manifestation of pure, unobstructed compassion, love, and wisdom. His body is comprised of white light, transparent and radiant. His face is peaceful and smiling, and he radiates his love and compassion to you and equally to all sentient beings. He has 4 arms. The first 2 hands are joined together at his heart and holds a wish-fulfilling jewel. The second 2 are raised to the level of his shoulders, the right holding a crystal rosary and the left a white lotus. He is seated on a white moon disk upon an open lotus in the full Vajra position. He wears exquisite silk and precious jewels. And make a prayer from your heart to overcome your own misconceptions and negativities and embody pure love and compassion for all sentient beings. And feel that aspiration is directed toward your own highest potential, your own true nature. And think that in response to your aspiration, Avalokiteshvara sends streams of white light pouring forth from his heart, entering the crown of your head, and filling every atom and cell of your body, purifying all negativities and problems and all of your past harmful actions and even your potential to cause harm in the future. Your body feels light and blissful, your mind peaceful and clear. The light radiates out to every living being, purifying their negativities and filling them with bliss. And while holding that visualization, you can join it with recitation of Avalokiteshvara's mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And now visualize that Avalokiteshvara dissolves into white light, which flows down through the crown of your head, reaching your heart center. Your mind and Avalokiteshvara's mind merge inseparably. And hold this feeling of oneness. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. And we'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation and think that having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation, created positive energy in the mind. You freely offer the fruit of your practice for the benefit of all sentient beings without exception. Thinking may that positive energy ripen in whatever ways truly beneficial for sentient beings. May it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly perfect their minds by meeting perfect teachers. May any obstacles facing the Guru's long life be completely dispelled. And may I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.